Alex, this went so many different directions, but I feel like I've landed on something that feels good. So I have the privilege of sort of knowing some of the elements of Alex's living room, which is that she has like a naughty pine, like white naughty pine vaulted ceiling. She has great lighting and windows. She also already has like a blue couch. I don't know anything about like what she likes about her space or doesn't like about her space, but I'm of the mind that no matter what space you're in, if you're not doing like full remodel, you got to embrace the style and make it work for you. And so she has these really light wood, naughty ceilings, and she also has like a light stone fireplace to work with, and it looks like wood floors. So the first thing I actually did was imagine what color palette was going to work for this space because you have that light pine, I think it's pine, vaulted ceiling, which takes up a lot of visual space and it's beautiful, but it is a little bit harder to work with within that light wood color palette, in my opinion. Um, and so it's like, how do you embrace that and bring in pieces that feel modern? Because with that kind of a ceiling, you could really easily go really like country farmhouse. You could also go, if you make it too rustic, it could become like cabin in the woods. So how do you make it feel like eclectic, cool, modern, and bring in pieces that tell a story in like a cool way without it being too farmhousey or cabin? First thing I thought to do was to bring in a really bright pink rug. It kind of is counterintuitive to my own aesthetic, but I actually stayed in a friend's home. The color palette of her home was these like light woods, light browns, and she had this bright pink carpet, and it worked so well. And I was like, okay, this is gonna work for Alex's space. So we started with the idea of like a brighter rug, and then we worked a color palette that was like based on light browns in a way that would work well with the pine ceiling, because again it's like if you go too red with the wood or too orangey yellow, you're gonna have a lot of like weird wood tones. And so it was all about kind of like staying within a warmer but bright color palette. After that, let's go piece by piece. Modern couch, vintage chair set, more modern but vintage inspired lighting, cool piece of original abstract art from the 70s. It's not a house that I've designed if there's not a hand painted or handmade item in it. An antique side table and these more modern lights, and of course some greenery. Here's the rug. You've seen this before. They're really easy to find on Etsy, and it looks like someone bought it and was like, nope, gonna sell it. Here's that one. If the Moroccan pink rug thing isn't your jam, something like this could work too. Again, we went with the bright rug, but I had to throw this in because it's stunning. I can tell that you already have a blue, cozy sofa. If you love that, awesome. I think that would actually go well with the curation that I am sharing. But if not, I think couches like this or like a brown leather could look really good in that space. You could potentially pair something smaller like this with the sofa you already have. This one is really cool, but I can tell that it probably needs to be reupholstered and or just treat the leather. Another sofa option similar to the first one that I shared, but a little bit more cozy. I love antique side tables like this because they're so versatile. They can go in any room. They're easy to find, they're relatively cheap, and they last forever. I'm going to show you a lot of chair options, but I ultimately picked these for the like curation of the room because I like that they're a bit more cozy compared to the couch that has that wood frame, which again is cozy, but like these visually are a bit softer. And they're really affordable. I was also having fun with the idea of this. I think it could be really cool. Spendy, but awesome. This is also a really great piece. I would reupholster this to like a warm brown or even black. I was really going back and forth about what to use as a credenza, and I ultimately ended up choosing this Lowboy dresser because I like the way that the wood tone works in the room. I like that it's enclosed storage, and I think it's a cool shape. This one was a close runner-up and was sitting in that collage for a long time, though. Better picture of it. If your space warrants something smaller, this could also work really well, too. If you're not worried about storage as an issue, a credenza like this could also be really dope in this space. I can tell that you've got lots of great light, so I would do these types of curtains, and I would hang them as tall as you can, so it kind of softens the edges between the ceiling and the stone fireplace and like, I don't know, the rest of the space. There are some of these type of curtains I found on Facebook Marketplace, but you're probably going to need like a higher volume of curtain panels. So here's an Etsy listing. Lighting, I think this is a good area where we can kind of bring in some more metal or iron elements. And I love these Memphis style lamps. I see these all the time on Etsy, but here it is on Facebook. Some floor lamps that fit in with that vibe. There's not a good picture of them, but I have them at the bottom of this collage right here. I don't know if a light and airy home is a light and airy home without one of these like paper style lantern lamps. This one is really cool. If you have a place for them, I think sconces like this could really work really well, specifically sconces that allow the light to go both up and down. Awesome vase. I love this design and pattern. And then art, it's original, hand painted, into it. I also love these watercolors. It's a better picture. This is a pretty good price for this plant. This one too. All right, so back where we started. That was a lot. Sorry if that was overwhelming, but there's a lot of cool pieces and a lot of options. And I think that maybe also gives you like a little peek into how my brain works about designing for the space that you have and also designing with the things that are just available when you're thrifting. All of this was from Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. I think I pulled in something from Etsy too. But yeah, I hope you like some of these pieces or at least found it inspirational to start your living room decorating journey.